Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have a very special guest. Eli Jones is joining us from Texas A&M. Welcome, Eli.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gerhard. You're a dear friend. I always enjoy talking with you.
Well, the reason we are talking, and the reason we should be talking more, is you have written a wonderful book with a co-author, Making Differences Work. What sparked the idea for the book?
So I've been on the board of Insperity, which is an HR outsourcing company, and the co-founder and CEO is Paul Sarvadi. And so, after the George Floyd incident, Paul reached out to me saying, hey, what's going on here? What's the underpinning of all this? And all the emphasis on diversity, equity, and inclusion, you would think by now we would be in a better place society-wise.
Yeah.
And what we decided to do was to put that in writing, to talk about the things that we need to do. But it's in the workplace, right? We were talking about the workplace. How do we build an organization such that everyone in the organization feels welcomed? They feel that they belong there. What can we do culturally? All right. So we stepped back and we started thinking about how do you build commonality instead of building on differences. And so I created a construct where we can actually measure commonality. We started talking about cohesion. How do we build a cohesive culture? So I said, Paul, these are great concepts. What I want to do is research this. I want to gather some data, and then I want to share with our audience what we could do empirically. And so I went into his organization, it's close to 4,000 people, and surveyed all of his people. Over the course of about a year and a half, we were gathering data from his company, and we were doing all of the models, the empirical models, so we can show people what happens when you create this kind of a culture, a people-centric culture in your organization. And so we began thinking about what are the 4 things that every organization really wants from their employees. And here's what we came up with, the list of 4. 1, every organization wants a collaborative culture. Every organization wants innovation. Every organization. Gerhard, in your conferences, Selling Power conferences, you are always talking about innovation. Every organization wants their employees' values to align with their company's values. So when we're trying to select people, we're looking at the person's values and how they align. And then the last one, every leader in every organization wants their employees to give above and beyond what's expected. So we measured those 4 things. And then we stepped back and we said, okay, how do we reach those 4 in this organization? And then we measured a sense of belonging. And what we found through our empirical analysis is that a sense of belonging can drive those 4 things that we talked about, those 4 major outcomes. And then we stepped back and said, okay, how do we create this sense of belonging? And we then introduced the commonality, equality, and cohesion. And we measured those 3. And we linked those 3 concepts to a sense of belonging. And those sense of belonging concept to those 4 outcomes. Then we stepped back and said, okay, now let's look at DEI in that context. In the book, Making Differences Work, we lay out how to build a collaborative culture, how to build a people-centric culture that's values-based and it's purposeful. We believe this is a new way to look at how to build a purposeful organization, and it's taken off. We hit the bestseller list on Amazon about 2 months after we launched the book, and it's really a great collection of thoughts. It's a blend of a CEO of a major organization and co-founder of what we call now the PEO industry, the professional employer organization industry. I do research, I'm a scholar, and I brought in empirical data to show how we can actually arrive at building this kind of culture.
That's pretty awesome. So I recommend that anybody who is responsible for leading a team, go to Amazon.com right now and get Eli's new book, because if we don't work together and make differences work, then nothing is going to work.
That's right.